Oh, she's got orange. Yeah. Let's go say hello. Should we go around the back? Oh yes, I can see her. No, I'm not around the back. Oh, no, you know what? Let's take pictures. No, it'd be easier to get pictures.
How you doing? Very busy, very busy. I was at his arrival last night. To make him very good. He is as orange. I didn't answer that question, right? Oh, bloody genuinely, I actually couldn't see. So what's Betty having to get saying she's building a million of audience for basically?
No, this contest was really well served, so I'm just technically I'm just doing features.
Yes, yeah, so I think I'm like here, it's pretty much set up.
yeah, just for the sake of point, yeah.
So starting off with a 2-shot.
Guys, explain to me, why is it that you decided to come to this demonstration here today?
alors il y a déjà plusieurs centaines de manifestants devant. La manifestation commencera à marcher d'ici quelques minutes. Les manifestants se dirigent vers le Parlement britannique. Ça tient en 5 minutes. Ok. Ah ouais, désolé pour les soucis de connexion, là. Je ne sais pas pourquoi, mais ça a marché avec le câble. Si c'était peut-être ça. C'est pas mal avec les statues aussi.
If you would like a stock drop t-shirt, we have some here.
Well, what did you expect? Another situation. Very good masks. Not big one going into the museum now. Oh, God, yeah. Yes, yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah, the Dutch Channel are potentially interested.
Babish,
Yeah.
where did you get your sarnie from? Down there on the right?
Correct. Yeah. I'll pop that in. I'll continue that.
Yeah, back on that. Give me a call when you get there.
see so many of you here today. If you're round the corner, come towards this stage. Come towards the big round church. It's so great to see thousands of you here to say, Trump, not welcome. Say it loud, say it clear. Donald Trump's not welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Donald Trump's not welcome here. I can't hear you. I want you to scream at the top of your lungs. Say it loud, say it clear. Donald Trump's not welcome here. Thank you everyone for being here today. I'm Seema Saida, a spokesperson for the Stop Trump Coalition. We're supported by many organizations today, many different movements, from the Palestine Solidarity Campaign to stop the war and stand up to racism. We're supported by women's rights groups like Abortion Rights, climate groups like Green New Deal Rising and Fossil Free London. We're supported by migrants' rights groups like the Migrants' Rights Network. And many more groups are here today because together, united, we can stop the rise of fascism. Right now, in a grotesque, disgusting and humiliating display, Charles, Trump and Starmer are joining together in Windsor. They're going to be dining at a lavish state banquet while Gaza starves. We know that the US could stop this genocide with a click of Trump's fingers. We know that the US is arming the genocide in Palestine. The US is funding Israel's genocide in Palestine. Biden was doing it. Starmer is supporting it. And Trump is continuing it. Donald, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Repeat after me. Donald, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Louder. Donald, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. One more time, scream at the top of your lungs. Donald, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Thank you. And we hope that this government will stop arming the genocide, will put full sanctions on Israel and stop trading with the genocidal entity. But if they don't, we're going to do it ourselves. And I am so proud of all the different civil disobedience and direct action groups who have been intervening to destroy the weapons and the drones that are being sent to Palestine to kill Palestinians from this country, that are trying to save the lives of Palestinians by challenging the arms industry directly, the dock workers all around the globe, and the trade unionists who are blocking the ports that are sending the weapons to Israel and sending the economic goods to Israel. And I urge all of you, coming out to protest is so important, and we've been seeing people, hundreds of thousands of people on the streets in the UK, millions of people all around the globe out on the streets to protest. And I urge you that the next step is to take this civil disobedience and direct action to stop the machine of genocide. Now, we also saw this weekend a far-right rally take place right here in the streets of London, and it was supported by the horrific MAGA crowd. We had Elon Musk saying that violence is coming to you, saying that people should be ready to fight or die. And what did our Prime Minister do? Barely anything. He was at a football match. The only thing he condemned was the fascist thugs attacking police officers, not the thugs attacking migrants on the streets, not the thugs attacking brown and black people everywhere, not the thugs attacking Muslims, not the people wanting to set fire to asylum hotels with people inside. This is a dereliction of duty and is a total failure of our government. And you know what? We will replace this genocidal government, and they need to have the fear in their bones of our people-powered movement. Okay, I've been on this stage for a while, and now I'm going to introduce our first speaker, because we've seen that Donald Trump is a climate catastrophe denier. He's in the hands of the big oil lobby. So, without further ado, I announce Hannah Martin from Green New Deal Rising.
Thank you. It's so inspiring to be here today. We organise young people on climate justice, and we're here today to stop Trump, yes, but we're also here to stop Trump's politics from taking hold in this country. We draw a line, we say no further. What does that politics look like here? Well, it looks like fossil fuel subsidies. It looks like failure to rule out Rosebank. It looks like a failure to tackle the energy cost crisis in this country, as we make massive payouts to water companies and energy companies who are profiting off people's misery. It looks like demonizing and criminalizing peaceful protest, dragging grandmothers and vicars away for holding up signs protesting genocide. It is a disgrace, and we say no to Trump, and we say no to Trump's politics. We refuse to live in a country where we line the pockets of billionaires who have only made their money off the backs of ordinary working people. There is no way you can become that rich without exploiting people. So we're calling for wealth taxes in this budget. We run the Pay Up campaign. There are so many people getting behind wealth taxes. If you want to come and get involved, we're calling for a protest on the 27th of October. Please join us. If you're 16 to 35 and if you're older, please support us, because we all have to stand together. And finally, I just want to say, I think it's really easy in this moment to feel really overwhelmed. There is so much suffering. There's failure after failure from our government, from people who are supposed to protect us. But I want you to look to your left or your right now. These are your people. We are each other's people, and we will not let us down. We will stand together, and we will keep turning up. It doesn't matter, you can't do everything, but we can all do something. If you can persuade one person, a friend, a family member, who cares about people, who cares about communities, who cares about our libraries, our schools, our hospitals, and a safe climate, to turn up to one thing in the next 2 months, that can be a ripple. A ripple can be a stream can be a river. The river is the sea. And we are big enough when we stand together. So take heart from one another. We will not be overwhelmed. We will stand together, and we will stop fascist politics from taking over this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hannah. That was brilliant. And I love what you were saying about us being a river to the sea. So repeat after me. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Another group that Donald Trump has been attacking relentlessly is women and LGBTQ people. Donald Trump recently said words to the effect of domestic violence is not a crime. A judge in a civil court in the USA ruled that Donald Trump had committed rape. This man is accelerating the rise of hate against women all over the world. The fascist right and the far right are doing this too. They don't protect women. They are a danger to women everywhere. And so I introduce our next speaker, Kerry Abel from Abortion Rights.
Thank you. Trump has boasted about overturning Roe v. Wade, the legislation in the US that guaranteed the right to abortion since the 70s. You might not think it affects you, but 1 in 3 women in the US will have an abortion in their lifetime. It's the same figure here. And everybody, we say this a lot, everybody loves somebody who's had an abortion. Trump appointed 3 anti-choice judges and prevented abortion for millions of women. Since the overturning of Roe in 2022, at least 10 women have died because they couldn't have an abortion. Women like 28-year-old Amber Thurman and 34-year-old Portia Nkmezi. And maternal mortality has gone up by 33%, worse for black women. And we say this because abortion is healthcare. Abortion prevents women dying unnecessarily. Abortion bans stop women and pregnant people being able to control their bodies. It's not about life, it's about controlling women. Trump gives legitimacy to far-right forces who want to roll back reproductive rights everywhere. Rolling out the red carpet here for a second state visit empowers those attacking our abortion rights in Britain too. So abortion rights are here to say no rollbacks here and no rollbacks anywhere. Abortion rights are human rights, and resisting Trump and what he stands for is part of resisting the global far right, like the likes of Nigel Farage and Tommy Robinson, that want to control our laws, freedoms, and our bodies. Defend abortion rights, stand with Palestine, fight racism and sexism and climate destruction. Thank you.
Thank you, Kerry. That was such an important issue that we all need to come together and remember as we build our resistance to the far right. Next up, we have Adam Powell-Davies from... Sorry, there's been a change in the order. Next up, we have Kevin Courtley from Cuba Solidarity Campaign.
Thank you very much. Really pleased to be with you all. Kevin Courtley, I used to be General Secretary of the National Education Union. In retirement, I think there's more time for politics, and I'm working with the Cuba Solidarity Campaign. And I tell you, we are frightened for the future of the world, and we are frightened for the future of Cuba. Now, on the question of Cuba, there is a context, because there has been bipartisan hostility to Cuba ever since the 1959 revolution in that country. And both the Democrats and the Republicans have maintained attacks. And you will know there is a blockade against Cuba that the Americans have been running ever since 1960. It is nearly the longest blockade in the world. It's only rivaled by the Israelis' blockade of Gaza. And we call it a blockade. An embargo is one country not trading with another. A blockade is when the US blocks every other country from trading with Cuba, and it is an outrage. Now that's the context that Trump has come into. And we, the Cuban people, the Cuban government, the Cuba Solidarity Campaign, we are frightened about what comes next. The measures he has introduced in the last few months are enormous. He's put Cuba absolutely unfairly on the state sponsors of terrorism list that they maintain. That is entirely because the Cubans were helping with the Colombian peace process. But that takes Cuba out of the international banking system. They are refusing to let Cubans in America send any remittances, any money to their family in Cuba. And you know that countries in the global south rely on that. They are attacking the Cuban tourist industry, so much so that Expedia has just delisted every Cuban property. And they are attacking the Cubans' pride and joy, their health service, and the medical missions they send overseas. So they are attacking Caribbean countries that rely on Cuban doctors, and if they say if you have Cuban doctors, Cuban nurses, we won't let any of your government come into the US. It is completely outrageous, and we don't know what comes next. And I want you to ask yourself, why are the Americans doing this against one of the smallest countries in the world? Why do they maintain this hostility? Is Cuba a military threat to the US? Well, obviously not. The US has soldiers all over the world. The Cubans have doctors all over the world. The US funds the Israeli military. The Cubans are training Palestinian doctors. The Cubans are no sort of military threat to the US, but I tell you what they are. They are a threat of an example that you don't have to stay within the neoliberal order. You can have a government which prioritizes health and education and sports and arts, and that's why I say Viva Cuba, down with Trump, support the Cuban people. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We know that the USA uses economic warfare and sanctions against countries all over the world because it wants to put forward and pursue its colonial agenda. Up next, we have Sophie Beach from Women Against the Far Right.
Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure to share a platform today with so many women who have come out against Donald Trump, women like Kerry from Abortion Rights UK. I'm here with Women Against the Far Right, and we want to challenge some of the myths that are taking place in this country. Because there is a myth going around this country that the biggest threat to women and girls are the people who are fleeing war and persecution. There's a myth in this country that violence against women and girls is only caused by refugees and asylum seekers. There's a myth going around this country that the trans community are a threat to women. But these are the lies that are spread by the people at the top of society. People that have no interest in protecting women and girls, no interest in taking on sexism. And these are the kind of racist, transphobic myths that were on the Tommy Robinson demonstration last Saturday. A man who says he wants to protect women and girls, but was done for domestic violence and attacks women on the left every single day. Tommy Robinson is the threat to women, not ordinary people on the streets. We know that the real threat to women and girls and the sexism we experience does not come from refugees and asylum seekers. The men that make me feel unsafe are not the men facing deportations, but the men who are calling for them. The men who think they stand above the law. The men who are having state banquets like right now, like the sex offender that is Donald Trump, the public schoolboy Farage, like the Mendelssohns and the Prince Andrews who get away time and again with attacking women and girls. And it is also the men who were on that demonstration last Saturday. There is no doubt that when Trump, Farage and Starmer spread racist lies and myths about migration, it gives the racists and the sexists on the streets confidence. And look, I just want to say that last Saturday was a wake-up call. Last Saturday was the biggest far-right demonstration in British history. And it was led by fascists like Tommy Robinson. But we have to say that last Saturday wasn't the only picture. I was proud to be on the Stand Up to Racism demonstration that was led by hundreds of women, the Women Against the Far Right bloc at the front of the march. And look, we are a campaign, but we're not just building a campaign. We are building a movement of women who are angry about the rise of racism and fascism. Because actually we say that it's those at the top that are a threat to us. We're angry about the disgusting racist, sexist attacks on women like happened in Birmingham last weekend. So we say justice for all the victims and solidarity with them, but we need to be bigger. We need an anti-racist, anti-fascist movement that is made up of every trade unionist, every member of the Palestine movement, everyone who stands against Donald Trump. We need to be bigger to take on the likes of Robinson, Farage and Trump, and we need that movement to be led by women. So join Women Against the Far Right. We launched an open letter that has 10,000 signatories. Add your name to it. We're campaigning in every local area. Get involved. Refugees and migrants welcome here. Trans women are women. Let's smash the far right.
Thank you for that rousing speech, Sophie. Now, we also know that Donald Trump has hideously and horrifically been blaming Ukraine for Russia's invasion of its sovereign territory. Donald Trump is a danger to the world. He's a warmongerer. He promised peace on day one, and the war is still going on. So now we have Sasha Ismail from the Ukraine Solidarity Campaign.
Hi everyone, as Seema said, I'm Sasha Ismail. I'm a socialist and trade unionist based in London. I'm speaking for the Ukraine Solidarity Campaign, which is the UK Workers' Movement campaign in support of Ukraine and Ukraine's workers. Please visit us at ukrainesolidarity.campaign.org, follow our social media, or find us today for a flyer and a chat. First of all, I want to send solidarity to our comrades in the United States, who are facing the threat of severe oppression, even as they continue to fight back. We must stand ready to help them in any way we can. Perhaps the only thing that Donald Trump despises, as much as he despises workers and migrants, is nations and people denied their rights or threatened with denial of their rights. He especially loathes those with the temerity to resist and fight back. We see that in his and his regime's stance towards the Palestinians, the Kurds, and every people fighting national oppression, and not least, of course, the people of Ukraine. In addition to his desire to enrich himself, Trump hates Ukrainians and admires Russia's dictatorship and its imperialism, like the great bulk of the global far right. And of course, his friend Putin is a sponsor of the far right all over the world. The Trump regime's whole trajectory is about undermining Ukraine's resistance and lowering barriers to a Russian victory in Ukraine. And the results have been predictable. Not peace, but stepped up aggression by Russian imperialism. Since the US literally rolled out the red carpet for indicted war criminal Vladimir Putin, Russia's attacks on Ukraine have not lessened, but burgeoned. Not long ago, 100 drone and missile strikes a night across the whole of Ukraine was seen as a lot. 2 weeks ago, we saw 800 drone and missile strikes on Kyiv alone, followed by incursions in Poland and Romania. Supporting liberation for peoples denied their rights is an essential part of fighting Trumpism and the global far right. We must help the people of Ukraine defeat Russian imperialism. Solidarity.
Thank you, Sasha. We're really running out of time. We have a lot of speakers left. So Hunter from Democrats Abroad and Roto-Rope Media.
Hello, London! Today I speak to you from the heart, not as a representative of the Democratic Party, but as someone who was born just a few minutes away from here. I am a British American. I have done political activism in both of these countries, and for decades now, I have seen the rise of fascism be normalized day by day. When I was 15 years old, lived through Hurricane Katrina. I watched my city become wiped away in front of me. I also watched the recovery under neoliberal auspices destroy the city afterwards that had already been turned into dust, where people ended up poorer than they were before, even though rich people from across the country and world were able to move there and set up nice holiday homes. This is not the future we need. We need to understand that fascism is not something that is happening because of Donald Trump. It is happening everywhere. They are interconnected, and they do this so commonly and so absurdly that people like Nigel Farage will claim election interference while attending the Conservative Political Action Committee and National Conservative Conference with Viktor Orban and half of the far-right assholes on this continent. This is the reality. If we got rid of Trump tomorrow, that would not change. We have to understand they have built a movement upon decades that will take us all of our efforts to dismantle. They want us to fear the migrant, fear the trans person, make sure all of your problems come from the asylum seeker. But the reality is the same as it has always been. It is the reality that billionaires continue to enrich themselves, politicians work as their servants, and the media is too fearful or complicit to say anything otherwise. Every day we see this, and this will not change unless we come together. And it is not enough just to vote every few years. You need to be politically engaged, join a political party, join a trade union, and if you're one of the hundreds of thousands of Americans living in this country, join Democrats Abroad and fight back. Do not wait for your chance. Do not wait for your struggle, because the time is now for it to happen, or else we will lose the chance to fight back. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'm sure some of you know our next speaker. We have Femi Oluwole, a human rights campaigner and journalist.
Do you know what I think when I look at you? We're going to win. Because do you know why they complain about cancel culture? It's because our generations, especially millennials, Gen Z, for us when we grew up, all the great fights for equality, whether it's the civil rights movement, suffragettes, that was literally a previous century, hell, a previous millennium. So when we look at people who oppose equality, we are done with you. When we see Nigel Farage on stage hugging somebody who pled guilty to inciting racial hatred after she called for asylum seekers to be burned alive, we're done with you. When we see Tommy Robinson screaming about Muslims, we are done with you. When we see J.K. Rowling, when we see J.K. Rowling making life increasingly dangerous for trans people, we are done with you. When we see Keir Starmer quoting Enoch Powell, we are done with you. When we see our taxes going towards what has now been confirmed to be a genocide, we are done with you. When we see a rapist president be given the red carpet treatment, we are done with you. Here's the thing. The people of the UK, we have never been down for this right-wing crap. In every single election since World War II, the majority of votes have gone to parties to the left of the Conservatives, because that is who we are as a people. However, so if we're going to actually win, the priority has to be uniting the left. That has to be the priority. We need a voting system where all votes count equally, because if we get that, then we can actually end this fascist crap. Because we actually have an advantage here in the UK. Because the far right in the UK promised for 27 years that Brexit would make our lives easier. And it has made us poor, and they have admitted that. So we actually have no excuse. The idea that they're working for working class people is dead here. So, like I said, all this fascist crap, we are done with it. It ends with us, and we will end it.
Amazing, rousing, hilarious. Thank you, Femi. Next up, we have Portia Cammons, who is an American and member of Indivisible's London.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you to the Stop Trump Coalition and to Indivisible and to all the amazing groups who are here today, not just because they recognize what a danger Donald Trump presents to the United States and to the world, but for bringing us all together here today to do something about it. Donald Trump and his family have made $3.4 billion since January, while his MAGA allies sow division and dissent all around the United States and here as well. It's not making America great again. It's just making Trump rich again. It's not doing anything for the people who elected him. What they do get is a daily diet of red meat and rage, an algorithm-driven avalanche of distraction and encouragement to blame other people for their very real problems. Rage is useful to Trump and his far-right allies everywhere. He uses it to build a community of us versus any scapegoat he chooses to make them. Judges, the media, the Democrats, migrants, anybody, even Mike Pence, his own ex-vice president. Anybody could become them to these guys. And that's what's tearing America apart.
Comrades, allies, we are here today not just to protest Donald Trump, but to reject everything that him and his politics represents. This moment today is bigger than just one man. It's about a rising tide of far-right politics, of fascism, of scapegoating migrants, asylum seekers, refugees, and the most vulnerable people in our societies. Trump and those like him, they do not just ride this wave, they are the architects behind it. They fan the flames of division, they make racism, xenophobia, fear part of the mainstream once again. And we've seen in the UK how this plays out. Just this weekend, we saw the far right, organised by right-wing grifter Tommy Robinson, a man turned into the poster boy of hate, bankrolled by billionaires abroad. And these marches don't just come out of nowhere. They are the product of a narrative deliberately whipped up by politicians like Trump and his allies here, blaming migrants and the vulnerable for every problem in society. Now, we know who the real culprits are. The super rich, the corporations, the billionaires, the politicians who enable them, who not only drive inequality, climate breakdown, genocide, war, but profit directly from this destruction. We need to make them pay to fix our broken societies. And that's why it's so crucial that so many of us are out in force here today to say no to Trump and everything that he represents. And do join us again right here on Saturday at 12 p.m. as we demand that we make the billionaires, super rich, corporations and the wealthy elites pay to fix our global crisis, not ordinary people. Let's stop scapegoating migrants. Let's stop scapegoating refugees and asylum seekers, trans people, marginalized people, and all vulnerable peoples. End the far right, end fascism, stop Trump. Thank you.
Amazing, thank you. Fuck Trump, fuck the billionaires, and I hope I'm going to see all of you here again on Saturday to make them pay. And we have Claire James from the campaign's coordinator of Campaign Against Climate Change to continue that message.
We'll be here on Saturday for the Make Them Pay demo, because Trump is just one man, but he represents a much bigger movement, as everyone has said. And part of what he represents is the fossil fuel industry. We know their products are killing the planet, renewable energy is getting cheaper, but they have their man in the White House. He's not just promoting fossil fuels, he's blocking wind and solar energy to keep their profits going as the planet is dying. So his actions make every one of us less safe. Most of all, the poorest countries around the world have done least to cause this crisis. But climate breakdown is hitting the poorest worst everywhere, especially within the US, with a deep inequality. In southern US cities like Phoenix, hospitals in the severe summer heat waves are seeing people with second-degree burns from the pavement, from hose pipes, and they're stopping, in some states, laws that say workers must have water breaks. So people will tell you, like Farage will tell you, climate action is the enemy of the workers. It's not. The billionaires are the enemy of the workers. It's not the migrants, it's those who are trying to prevent climate action and prevent justice. We all stand together.
Thank you. And last but not least, I pass you over to the capable hands of Shaista Aziz from the Stop Trump Coalition.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here, and in a few minutes we're going to start marching towards Parliament Square. We're here today to send a very loud and clear message to our own government, but also to Donald Trump, that he's not welcome in this country. It is a disgrace that Keir Starmer has rolled out the red carpet for him, and it's also a disgrace that during this state visit there will be a lavish banquet held in Windsor Castle where Donald Trump and all those invited will be feasting while the people of Gaza continue to starve, and while a live-stream genocide continues for more than 2 years, when we all know that in a blink of an eye Donald Trump could make this stop. Now before I leave you, I want to read a short poem by a brilliant Palestinian poet from Gaza who wrote this book called 48 kg, which the name suggests is about the number of Palestinians starving. Her name is Batul Abu Aklim. The poem is called They Are in the Sky. I sit in a classroom with 50 displaced people We teach the little ones their first lesson, Surah Al-Fatiha to recite for the souls and the prayers to pray for the bodies. We've not taught them anything about the departed except that they reside in the sky. And so they roam the streets, they devour the plates of Goribay biscuits, they laugh, they play, they look up saying, they are in the sky, they are in the sky. Death breaks into the classroom. He reveals secrets to the children, and suddenly they grow up. They wear their father's faces. Out of the broken plates, they make homes for their younger siblings. A rattle comes from their throats. They are in the sky. They are in the sky. So once again, I want to thank you for being here, and I'd urge you all to start moving in this direction now as we start the march towards Parliament Square. And let's keep standing up for justice and peace and unity